Hi everybody, welcome to this week's 5-minute tech tip. Glad you're here. By the end of this tip, you'll have one practical thing that you can immediately apply in clinic, which is awesome. So let's get started. So why do we care? Why do we do this? And the simple answer is to demonstrate anatomy and pathology accurately. That's what's important. Why does it matter? Diagnostic images can lead to better patient care and better patient outcomes. What happens if we don't? Repeat additional radiation exposure for the patients, wasted time doing repeats, and potential misdiagnosis, which is the most important thing. That's why it's so critical that we make diagnostic images. So let's run through these today. We're going to go over a hand series. Here we've got a PA hand, okay? And the issues in today's x-rays are annotation, whether the image looks annotated, anatomically correct, some collimation issues, as well as marker issues. So the one on the left right here, we can see that the fingers aren't pointed up, and we've learned that on fingers, hands, wrists, fingers need to be up so they look anatomically correct. Here it's kind of pointed to the left and sideways. Also, the collimation's a little bit off. You can see that the collimation line is right here, and we've actually cut off a little bit of the thumb and a little bit of the pinky right here. We did expose that, but it's not a useful image. So be careful when you're collimating. Include the entire hand. Okay, and you'll note that there is not a marker on this image as well. We look over here on the right hand side, and this is a correctly annotated hand x-ray. Okay, this is a PA hand. We've included the distal phalanges here. We've included through the carpal bones into the radius and ulna. And the contrast is great. We've included everything that we need to include. There's a left-hand marker, so that is correct, and it's annotated correctly. The fingers are pointed up. Okay, let's move on to the oblique hand. Here, same type issue. Collimation, we've cut off the distal thumb and the distal second finger right here. We've also cut off the pinky finger slightly. We want to make sure, again, that we're including the entire hand in the x-ray. Okay, all the way from the distal phalange, all the way down through the carpal bones. Now the one on the right is correct. It's a 45-degree angle. We've got a little bit of superimposition right here of the distal metacarpals, which is great. Our fingers are separated adequately. We can see each finger independently in an oblique projection, which is what we want. Okay, just remember, fingers up on hand x-rays. Okay, let's move on to the lateral. Now, the lateral on the left is actually a pretty good picture, aside from the collimation issue where we've cut off some of the thumb. The phalanges are actually seen in a really, really nice lateral projection, which is what we want. You'll note that all the metacarpal bones aren't superimposed over each other like the one over here on the right. Okay, and no marker again, so we don't know whether this is a right or left. Now the one on the right, the fingers are splayed really nice into a lateral projection. You'll note that the second through the fifth metacarpals right here are superimposed over each other is what we want. Okay. The radius and ulna is also superimposed over each other, which is nice. Again, the one on the left is a really nice lateral, just missing a couple things. That is one thing I've noticed coming across lately is a lot of images that are hung upside down or sideways. I've made a video going over hanging protocols. You can go back and review that. Just considering a hand, fingers need to be up. Okay, just remember that. Include the entire hand in the image, all the way from the distal phalange down through the carpal bones. Okay, and make sure you're using a marker. Remember, great images don't happen by accident. Small positioning adjustments make a huge difference. Just pay attention to your positioning and pay attention to your collimation, okay? And you're going to be okay. If it's not diagnostic, it's not done. Let's strive for diagnostic images. You're doing a great job. Just a couple changes here and there, and you guys will be heading in the right direction. Again, we'll see you next week. Thanks again for being here. Bye.